So much of what we discuss these days when we talk about the environment seems to have to do with what we call settled science. I find that remarkable. This is not the 17th century where proto-scientists like Galileo Galilei and others had to contend with an inquisition and entrenched orthodoxies. We are in the age of reason now. You would think that the science, the data that's available would be clear to everyone. Yet we find ourselves again and again contending with entrenched interests, very powerful interests, that are seeking to maintain the status quo. As Jonathan mentioned, we as a state have taken some important strides to deal with what we see as environmental threats. As they say in science, discovery is often a matter of a lot of closed doors that you have to open, and some lead to dead ends. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the widespread and one might say indiscriminate use of pesticides is a dead end for this planet. For us to even have to contemplate, once again, fighting the good fight to keep pesticides away from children on school grounds is amazing to me. We as a state should be moving forward to further enable municipalities to enforce stronger pesticide regulations in their own interests, rather than constantly fighting a rearguard action against what we know is settled science. There is no doubt in our minds that the widespread use of pesticides leads to endocrine disruption, carcinogenic effects, and perhaps even genetic impacts. This is, in my mind, settled science. For anyone to suggest that it's okay for pesticides and children to come together is a travesty in my view. So when we come together here to focus on dirty dozens, or when we have to as a legislature fight the good fight over and over and over again, I think we need to focus on what the science tells us. There's plenty of data. In the coming months, if need be, we will present it over and over again to make it clear that you can have organic fields that are safe for children and still look pretty good, that we can get rid of coal-burning power plants, that there are any number of things that we can do that are based upon good science, settled science, and the entrenched interests are just going to have to yield to what's in the best interest of the planet. Thank you.